Pasensya na po, medyo mabagal po.
Okay na, Ma'am Roch. Live na po.
Meron na? Okay. Go.
Okay. Good morning to each and every one of us who are virtually with us today for the second webinar series of the Philippine Guidance and Counseling Association Incorporated, Nueva Ecija chapter. I am Joan Katrina B. Pelagio, your moderator for today. Okay. So before we start, we would want to take this opportunity to thank you all for supporting the Philippine Guidance and Counseling Association Incorporated, Nueva Ecija chapter. And with that, we would want to know if you are ready to start. Put all your worries and all your worries aside and react on our chat box so that we would know how excited all of us today. Okay, so let me track first our FB Live so that we could know our comments. Okay, I think we are now ready. But I can't find it. Okay, so thank you for all of that comments. Just a friendly reminder, we would like to remind all of our participants to watch each topic from the webinar series here in PGCA Nueva Ecija chapter, FB page, via Facebook live streaming. Answer the post test and evaluation, and a link will be posted on our FB page after the FB live streaming. Please answer within 1 hour from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. only. e-certificates will be sent through your email address that you have provided in the registration and post-test evaluation form. Please give us time to email your e-certificates. Thank you for your support, patience, and understanding. Schedules and registration link for each webinar are posted in the PGCA Nueva Ecija chapter FB page. Okay. So let us start our webinar with a prayer. Let us bow our heads and ask for the guidance of our Lord. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Father in heaven, giver of life, and all-powerful, bless each and every one of us as we start our day. Bless us to make decisions for betterment of everyone. Thank you for your generous and sharing love. Thank you for all the blessings that we had received in all our lives. Shed us the light of your wisdom, that we may discern the truth of our own realities. Give us strength and knowledge that we may have courage to rise from our falls and lift up our body, heart, and soul wholeheartedly to you. Peace may shine among us, and your love set us free. Teach us to recognize your presence in every person, especially to those who are suffering. Accompany us, Almighty Father, so that we may become bearers of hope to one another. As we journey towards you, we ask for the intercession of the Blessed Mother when we are having doubts in life. May her light shine brightly before us. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Okay. We would like to welcome you all through a video presentation of how the Philippine Guidance and Counseling Association Incorporated Nueva Ecija chapter started, and we hope that you enjoy watching. Video will now play. Okay, so preparing for the video presentation. Okay, and there you have it. Uh, that is how Philippine Guidance and Counseling Association started in Nueva Ecija. So now I hope you are all excited to begin our webinar for today. But first, let me just present to you our objectives. Okay. So the Philippine Guidance and Counseling Association Incorporated would want to present the scenario in the new normal in the education sector and assist participants in maintaining good mental health and well-being amidst the pandemic. It also aims to provide helpful tips in maintaining positivity and resiliency in coping with the new normal, as well as assist participants in making teaching adjustments and in dealing with challenges in digitized learning environment. Okay. Our webinar for today is about teaching adjustments in a digitized learning environment. Okay, and to formally start, I would want to introduce to you our speakers for today. Our first speaker for today's webinar is a college instructor at the Nueva Ecija University of Science and Technology. He is a registered guidance counselor and a registered psychometrician. He is also a chairperson of the membership committee of the Philippine Guidance and Counseling Association, Nueva Ecija chapter. He is none other than Mr. Crisanto D. De Jesus. And for our second speaker is an assistant professor in agricultural science and technology school at Central Luzon State University, a registered guidance counselor, and a licensed professional teacher. She is also the treasurer of the Philippine Guidance and Counseling Association Incorporated, Nueva Ecija chapter. None other than Professor Ferlyn F. Reyes-Colar. I will now give the floor to our first speaker, Mr. Crisanto D. De Jesus.
Yes, thank you, Ma'am Joan, for that very uh, inspiration, inspiring introduction, and of course, dun sa ating pagpapakilala. And warm greetings of peace to all our participants who are watching live via Facebook. Hindi ko man kayo nakikita, hindi man namin kayo nakikita, we can feel your presence. Alam ko may mga ngiti sa inyong mga labi while watching this webinar. And thank you for your continuous support to the PGCA Nueva Ecija, especially in our second part of webinar series. And shout out, ayan may shout out tayo dito. Chinay ko kanina ang ating FB Live. So shout out to all our participants, of course, from Nueva Ecija, from different parts of Nueva Ecija. We also have from Zamboanga, from Batangas, Kidapawan City, Ormoc City, Antipolo, Quezon City, Taguig, Marinduque, Abra, and Sarangani. Maraming salamat po sa pag-tune in dito sa PGCA Nueva Ecija webinar series. And tayo nga po ngayon ay nasa second part of this webinar series. Okay, I will share to you now my screen, my PowerPoint presentation. Ayan. So as you can see sa aking screen, bago ko makalimutan, greetings, Advance Happy World Teachers Day. Tayo po ay magse-celebrate ng World Teachers Day on October 5, 2020, and that will be on Monday. At dun sa mga ibang mga school, especially that DepEd, di ba, ang simula ng kanilang pasukan ay on October 5. So, celebration na rin yon ng Teachers Day. Okay, and yeah. How is your battery? Not the battery of your laptop, not the battery of your cell phone or any gadgets that you have, but your personal battery. Kamusta? Fully charged ba yan? 95% charge, 75%, 50%, or malapit na ba siya ma-empty? Your physical battery, your emotional battery, your spiritual battery, lahat ng aspect of our life. Kumusta ang inyong battery? And I hope nakakapag-charge or nakakapag-recharge tayo. Okay? And I will give you this mantra for this webinar series. For today, this is our mantra. Today is the day to learn something new. So ito ang araw para may matutunan tayo na bago. At araw-araw, actually, ay dapat meron tayong natututunan at naiuuwi, nababaon natin. So this will be our mantra. Today is the day to learn something new. I know the topic that we have for this morning ay actually very familiar na kayo. But I am also hoping that I can give something new today about this topic. And with that, again, I am Crisantos D. A college instructor from NEUST, and welcome to our webinar entitled Teaching Adjustments in a Digitized Learning Environment. I know you have already an idea of what teaching adjustment is, but I will just give you a simple explanation or a simple definition of what teaching adjustment is. This refers to the measure or action taken by the teachers in engaging with the students using different teaching strategies, providing safe learning environment, and ensuring healthy quality of life. So here in teaching adjustment, hindi lang po ang mga teachers ang ating tinitingnan dito. Kasama din yung ating mga estudyante. But we will focus here dun sa mga teacher mismo. Kumusta kaya ang adjustment natin ngayon? Dun sa mga nag-start na, actually August 24 may mga nag-start na ng pasukan. At yung iba ay mag-start pa lang on October 5. So yung iba, naka 1 month na sila, meron na sila mga experiences, meron na sila mga adjustment na nagawa. And for some, for the others na hindi pa nag-start ang pasukan, ay alam ko mayroon din kayong mga preparation na ginawa and may mga adjustment na rin tayong ginawa. Okay? And next we have the teaching and learning delivery modalities. So, nitong pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic, nagkaroon talaga ng malaking change, especially in education, in the academe, kung paano pa ba natin may pagpapatuloy ang pagtuturo sa ating mga estudyante, kung paano pa ba natin may pagpapatuloy ang mga nasimulan na natin even before pandemic. So nagkaroon ng mga iba't ibang teaching and learning delivery modalities. Itong first, I actually came from the Department of Education. They have these three, the modular distance learning, the online distance learning, and the TV radio-based instruction. So kung makikita nyo actually in social media, may mga photos na mga naka-upload sa delivery of the module, paggawa ng module, marami mga napupuyat sa paggawa ng module, at marami din mga webinars patungkol sa ano ang mga gagamitin natin ng mga platforms if we will use online distance learning. At nagkaroon din ng TV radio broadcast. Actually, nagkaroon sila ng sample last time. In the Commission on Higher Education, they call it online, blended, offline, and self-instructional modules. Kasi mga college students, so self-instructional modules. Online, Ang face-to-face teaching ay nangyayari virtually. They use different platforms like Google Meet, Zoom, and other video conference applications. Pag blended naman, so combination yon, ng online at offline, merong asynchronous and synchronous na activities na ginagawa. Offline, this is purely asynchronous, and the self-instructional modules. Hindi natin na i-discuss kung ano yung mga platforms at kung paano sila gamitin because we will only focus on the teaching adjustment of nating mga teachers. Ano yung adjustment na nangyayari sa atin ngayon sa panahon na ito na kailangan ipagpatuloy pa rin ang pagtuturo sa mga bata dahil hindi dapat huminto ang pagkatuto ng mga kabataan ng ating mga estudyante. Okay? Ang i-share ko sa inyo ay teaching adjustment experiences. This is the first part. And I have with my partner, Ma'am Ferlyn, in continuation with this first topic. So, sa akin ay teaching adjustment experiences. But I will be using the pagdadala model by Edwin T. De Santiseo. If you are familiar with this pagdadala model, isa po siyang indigenous concept sa psikolohiyang Pilipino, ang pagdadala model. Bakit ko siya pinili? Kasi very Filipino at gusto nating pag-usapan ang mga experiences na kung saan nanggagaling talaga sa puso base sa ating mga experiences, base sa ating mga nararamdaman, base sa ating mga nararanasan. So, ang pagdadala model ni Edwin T. De Santiseo ay binubuo actually ng 5 bahagi. Ang nagdadala, ang dinadala, ang pinagdadaanan, ang pagdadala, at ang patutunguhan. So ang 5 aspeto na ito ay iisa-isahin natin base sa ating teaching adjustment sa mga experiences natin. So let's start with ang nagdadala, the burden bearer. Sino ba yon? Sino ba ito tinatawag natin the burden bearer? In relation to teaching adjustment, tayo po yung mga teachers. And when we are talking of the burden bearer or ang nagdadala, these are actually the characteristics of teachers. Magkakaiba-iba po kasi tayo ng mga katangian. Personal characteristics, your age, your sex, gender, ano po, saang kagaling na pamilya, ano ang tinapos natin, our skills sa pagtuturo, ano po, nagkakaiba-iba tayo dyan. How we behave, especially ngayon na nakakaranas tayo ng adjustment. Ano? Next, we have our talents. Kung papansin nyo sa social media, lumalabas ang mga talent ng mga Filipino teachers sa pagtuturo na dati hindi nagagawa inside the classroom, dito lumalabas. Next, attitude. Paano ba natin tingnan ang mga bagay-bagay? Ito nagkaroon tayo ng pandemya, ito may mga challenges tayong kinakaharap. Our values, which is part of our pagkatao. Ano po? And social. Our connection sa ibang tao, sa ating estudyante. Our personality. Professional experience. These are the characteristics of teachers. Professional experience, ikaw ba isang batang or baguhan pa lang na guro? Paano ka nagdadala ng burden? Paano ka nag-a-adjust? Ikaw ba ay seasoned teacher na? Ayokong sabihin na matatandang teacher, but seasoned or well-experienced teacher. Paano naman sila ngayon? Paano nila dinadala ang burden? Ano? These are the characteristics of teachers. Nagkakaiba-iba tayo dito. So bilang isang tagadala or nagdadala, iba-iba rin kung paano natin dalhin itong mga burden na ito or itong burden. Next, we have ang dinadala. May iba't ibang klase tayo ng mga burden. But for now, we will discuss only the teaching adjustment. Ito na. Teaching starter pack. Traditional versus modern. Before pandemic, pag pumasok tayo sa classroom, when we enter our classroom, may dala-dala tayong chalk, may dala-dala tayong Manila paper, may dala-dala tayong libro, lesson plan, at iba-iba pang mga teaching materials na common na ginagamit. Of course, sa traditional, kasama din naman dun na meron tayong dalang mga laptop. Meron din tayong mga PowerPoint presentations na naka-ready for our students. But in relation to modern or the digital age, tulad ngayong nangyayari sa atin na remote teaching and learning, we use our technology para makapagturo. Ano-ano na po ang mga gamit natin? We have our laptop, kailangan natin ng internet connection. For some who can avail ng kailangan ng headset, earphone with microphone po. Yung iba na medyo mas angat-angat, nakakabili sila ng mga headphone na merong noise reduction para habang nagsasalita si teacher ay hindi madidistract yung estudyante pag merong ingay na nasasagap kasi kaya niyang i-reduce. At actually kasama din po dito sa digital age or the modern teaching starter pack ay yung iba sa atin may mga pa-ring light. May mga pa-ring light na ginagamit. May ring light kasi para mas maganda nga naman tingnan sa Tapos kailangan natin ng account. Account para sa video conference. At kailangan mo rin mag-create ng maraming GC. Lalo na pag marami kang subjects na hinahawakan. At maraming section na tinuturuan. Next, ito pa yung mga dinadala natin. Teaching environment. Place or the space. Dati, papasok tayo sa loob ng classroom, nakikita natin yung mga estudyante. Nandyan. Alam natin kung sino yung absent at alam din natin, aware tayo kung sino talaga yung nasa loob ng classroom. Malinis ang classroom, maayos, maganda para sa isang buong araw na pagtuturo. But today, since nagkikita lamang po through video conference, or minsan pag hindi nag-video conference, katulad nito, live, nakikita nyo ako pero hindi ko kayo nakikita. I do not know where you are sitting right now, or kung kayo ba ay nasa bed, or kung kayo ba ay nasa kusina, or kung kayo ba ay nasa sala na nakikinig, or kung kayo ba ay bumabiyahe habang nakikinig. Same with our students. Paano natin malalaman na ang teaching environment ay katulad din ng teaching environment na meron tayo sa loob ng classroom? Ang ibang mga estudyante, for example, walang signal, maghahanap sa labas ng bahay. Kaya pag nakita nyo naka-on yung camera nila, parang nasa iba silang dimension. Parang nasa ibang lugar sila. At ikaw na teacher, parang nasaan ka? Magagalit ka. Di ba? May mga ganyan eh. Because not all students can provide a space or a place na kung saan talagang very conducive for all. Kasi ang dami natin kailangang i-factor in. So yan yung mga dinadala natin ngayon. Teaching environment. Ikaw nga din as teacher, di ba? Ang nakikita nila sa iyo, tulad ako, may background ako din sa likod. Ano ang nakikita nila sa iyo? Pero hindi nila nakikita yung kabuuan ng background na yon. Hindi nyo nakikita kung nasaan ako ngayon. Ang nakita nyo rin nasa background ko. Ganun lang din. Yan yung mga dinadala natin ngayon. The assurance ng teaching environment ay ito ay safe for everyone. And also, ito rin yung mga dinadala natin. Teaching focus before, pag tayo ay nagtuturo sa loob ng classroom, ito yung gusto nating ma-develop sa kanila eh. Yung social emotional learning competencies of the students. paano sila makihalubilo sa mga bata. Aside from our, of course, yung mga subject na tinuturo natin. Ito yung gusto natin sa kanilang ma-incorporate sa ating mga subject, the social emotional learning competencies. Pero ngayon, we need to consider the students' mental health and well-being. Nag-a-adjust sila, kailangan din nila mag-adapt katulad natin. Yan yung pangatlo na ating burden. Yan yung pangatlo na ating dinadala. At ang pang-apat natin is actually the teaching alignment between technology, curriculum, and instruction. Maraming mga webinars na pina-attend tayo. Actually, nagdodoble-doble sa isang araw, ilang webinars yung na-attendan natin. But if we will look at it, the teaching alignment between technology, curriculum, and instruction, ano-ano ba yung mga subjects na ituturo? Paano ko ito madideliver sa mga estudyante? Paano ko ang subject ko ay science? Kailangan ko ng laboratory. Paano kung ang subject ko about mathematics or physics na kailangan ko mag-demonstrate ng ganito at ang aking mga kagamitan ay nasa isang laboratory? Paano ko mai-deliver yon in digitized learning environment? Paano ko maibibigay sa estudyante yon sa pamamagitan lamang ng self-learning modules? Paano ko maibabahagi yung karunungan or yung mga kaalaman na dapat nilang makuha kung merong mga bagay na wala tayo, kulang dahil short tayo sa time for preparation, short tayo kung paanong venue or platform ang gagamitin natin. Alam ko ang mga ibang schools, especially in the higher education institution, meron silang mga ginawang adjustment in terms of curriculum. Pero hindi lahat. Paano yung iba? Dapat sinasama natin yun. So ito yung burden. And in relation with this, dinadala din ng isang teacher yung tinatawag na teaching competencies and skills. Marami po ang naapektuhan ng pandemya, especially in the private institution. Maaring kumonti yung mga estudyante. Ang impact nun, dapat mababawasan ang guro kasi nakasalalay sa dami ng enrollees. So pag nabawasan ang number ng teachers or ng mga kaguruan, baka magturo sila ng subject na hindi align sa specialization nila. Alam ko ang mga guro palaban. Alam ko ang mga guro ready sa lahat ng mga challenges. But are we equipped of the competencies and skills para lumaban, sumabak kaagad sa isang katulad nito, digitized learning environment na kung saan kailangan natin ng isang malaking preparasyon. Paano kung ang forte mo ay Filipino, pero dahil kinakailangan na magturo ka pa ng ibang subject, pinagturo ka ng mathematics? Diba? Isa yan sa mga dinadala natin. Hindi lang yan sa basic education, even in higher education institution. May mga ganyan din po mga pangyayari. Next, we have the teaching connections. Ito, dinadala natin. Human versus internet. Before, ang pinag-uusapan lang natin ay yung connection natin with the people. Ating mga estudyante, co-teachers, non-teaching staff. Yan yung pinag-uusapan natin. Pero ngayon, usapin na rin about internet connection. Pag nawalang internet connection, nababawasan din yung connection natin with our students, with our co-teachers. From human connection to internet connection, makikita po natin na, oo nga, isa to sa mga dinadala ko. No? Actually, ilan lang po yan. And I know sa inyong mga experiences, meron pa kayo na ibang dinadala in relation to teaching adjustment aside dito sa akin na i-present. Pwede nyo po yan i-comment down sa ating FB Live. Ano po? So that's the second aspect. The third aspect is ang pinagdadaanan or the path. In relation to teaching adjustment, iba-iba po ang ating pinagdadaanan. Yes, totoo po, meron tayong cellphone. We have the gadgets, ang ating mga laptop, ating mga desktop. Meron tayong mga nagagamit for online classes, for modular classes. Ano po? Pero, iba-iba po tayo ng pinagdadaanan. Ibig sabihin, hindi naman lahat equipped with the technology. Hindi lahat ganun kagaling gumawa ng presentation, PowerPoint presentation. Hindi lahat ganun kagaling mag-record ng video para yun yung isi-send nila, no? Parang video lesson, discussion na isi-send sa kanilang mga estudyante. Iba-iba po tayo ng pinagdadaanan. Same with, iba-iba po kasi tayo ng katangian bilang nagdadala. At dito po, sa pinagdadaanan or the path, we are actually talking of the quality of life of the teachers, the professional quality of life, the compassion, satisfaction. Remember, teaching is a helping profession. Ano po? Tayong mga teachers ay considered as helpers. So, based on compassion, tayo ba ay satisfied? Or yung compassion or yung pagtulong natin sa ating mga estudyante, ano po, in relation to teaching adjustment, yung ginagawa nating teaching adjustment, nagkikreate ba siya ng fatigue, burnout, secondary trauma? Okay, in the comment section, pakilagay lang po kung kayo ay nag-agree or nagdi-disagree with these statements. In relation to teaching adjustment, kumusta po kayo nitong mga nakaraang araw, nitong nakaraang buwan, 30 days, sige para mas malawak. Kumusta po tayo? Ano po? I get satisfaction from being able to teach my students. Satisfied po ba tayo na natuturuan natin ang ating mga estudyante sa pamamagitan ng mga platforms na meron tayo? I feel invigorated after working with those I teach. No, after natin makapagturo, parang feeling mo ay nabuhayan ka ng loob kasi naitawid natin yung araw na to ng pagtuturo. I like my work as a teacher. Gusto niyo pa ba yung trabaho niyo as a teacher? I am pleased with how I am able to keep up with teaching strategies and management. Paki-comment po sa ating comment section. My work makes me feel satisfied. In general po ito yung pagtuturo natin. Next, I have happy thoughts and feelings about those I teach and how I could help them. No, despite of this pandemic, we were able to extend our help to our students sa pamamagitan ng pagtuturo natin. I believe I can make a difference through my work as a teacher. I am proud of what I can do to teach. Kasi meron tayong mga iba't ibang karanasan pag nagtuturo ka sa loob ng classroom. Ngayon na nagtuturo ka virtually. Or kaya naman ay modular based, na kung saan hindi ka nakikita ng mga estudyante. Totally, hindi ka nakikita talaga. I have thoughts that I am a success as a teacher. And the last one, I am happy that I chose to do this work. Masaya ba ako na pinili ko yung trabaho na to? Or because of this pandemic, parang gusto mo nang tumigil? With these statements, ang tawag po natin dito ay compassion, satisfaction. It is about the pleasure you derive from being able to do your work well. Pag nagagawa natin na maayos, you may feel like it is a pleasure to help others through your work. And that is compassion, satisfaction. Next. Ganun din po, katulad ng mga nauna kanina. Please tell us if you agree or disagree with these statements. I am preoccupied with the students I teach. Parang worried ka. Kasi nung nagklase ka, meron kang 52 students. na hinihintay, natapos yung klase mo, yung virtual class mo, 32 lang yung nakakonect. Yung iba, labas-pasok pa sa video conference. And you are worried. You are preoccupied. I jump off or I'm startled by unexpected sounds. Ito yung sa dami mo ng GC na kinreate kasi sa iba't ibang mga klase mo at mga subjects na hinahawakan mo. Yung message sa'yo ng mahal mo sa buhay, ng jowa mo, ng loved ones mo, akala mo message galing sa estudyante mo na magtatanong kung anong gagawin sa activity. Tapos gusto mo na lang i-mute lahat. So pati yung ibang mga GC mo, para sa iyong mga kaibigan, kapamilya, hindi mo tuloy mabasa kaagad. Kasi akala mo yung mga naririnig mo na yon, natutulog sa cellphone mo, message na naman from students, na magtatanong, may pasok po ba tayo next meeting? Kasi po, wala po muna akong pang-load, yung mga ganyan. I find it difficult to separate my personal life from my life as a teacher. Nararanasan niyo po ba yan? I think that I might have been affected by the traumatic stress of those I help. When we say traumatic stress po of those I help, ito po yung mga tinuturuan nating estudyante. Remember po, pag nasa loob tayo ng classroom, makakausap natin kaagad yung bata pag meron silang mga problema na kinakaharap or pag hindi sila nagpe-pay attention in our class. But in this kind of platform, ano po, digitized learning environment, hindi natin sila kaagad nakakausap. At saan po natin malalaman na may problema yung bata? They will post it in social media. Mag-i-status yan, nahihirapan sila. Magma-my day yan. Minsan nga, nai-screenshot nila kung ano yung mga nasa GC. Minsan, nai-screenshot nila kung ano yung nandun sa ating lesson na pinag-aaralan. No, sa video conference na ipopost nila. Next, because of my teaching, I have felt on edge about various things. Parang tipong nasa dulo ka na, nasa hangganan ka na, yung meron ka ng ibang dapat gagawin, hindi mo magawa. I feel depressed because of the traumatic experiences of the people I help. Affected ka na. Po, sa basic education, dati pag uma-absent ang mga estudyante, di ba dinadalaw natin sa bahay? Dinadalaw ni teacher sa bahay ang mga estudyante, kukumustahin. Paano ngayon na hindi pwedeng lumabas lahat? Na merong mga quarantine passes na tinatawag. Paano natin madadalaw yung mga estudyante? Paano natin sila makukumusta kung ikaw, nag-worry ka about your internet connection, same with our students, at doon, nagkakaroon din ng effect in terms of human connection. I feel as though I am experiencing the trauma of someone I have helped. Yan. So affected na tayo. I avoid certain activities or situations because they remind me of fearsome experiences of the students I teach. Yung mga ibang related activities, medyo iniiwasan na natin. Pag nakarinig ka na, uy, merong pinost sa GC natin, kumustahin daw natin yung mga estudyante natin. Di ba? May mga GC din na mga guro. As a result of my teaching adjustment, I have intrusive and frightening thoughts. I can't recall important parts of my work with trauma victims. Okay. Yung trauma victims, ito po yung mga estudyante natin nakakaranas na po ng hindi maganda with our situation. Ano po? And tawag po natin dito ay secondary traumatic stress. Part po siya ng compassion fatigue na kung saan nakakaramdam tayo ng stress, work-related, and some stressful events na naisi-share ng ating mga estudyante and even our co-teachers. And same pa rin po na katulad kanina, paki-comment kung kayo ay nag-agree or nagdi-disagree. I am not happy now with my profession. Hindi ka na ba masaya sa iyong piniling profession? Feeling mo disconnected ka na sa iba? Kasi dati hanggang 5 o'clock ka lang, ngayon gumagawa ka hanggang magdamagan. Nagpe-prepare ka ng mga materials, nagre-record ka ng lesson mo, nagchat-chat sa estudyante mo kahit hating gabi. Ano? I am not as productive at work because I am losing sleep over traumatic experiences of a person I help. I feel trapped by my job as a teacher. Parang ginagawa na lang natin to kasi kailangan. And by that, we question our beliefs, skills, abilities, and talents. And ito na yung naisip natin. I am not the person I always wanted to be. Bago ba yung pandemic, baka naman naranasan mo na to. Lalo na ngayon na nag-a-adjust tayo. I feel worn out because of my work as a teacher. Paki-comment po sa ating comment section sa FB Live. I feel overwhelmed because my teaching work seems endless. I feel bogged down. Yung tipong hinang-hina ka na. Yung tipong hindi mo na kaya. I forget to care myself because of the demands of my work. At yan po ay tumutukoy sa burnout. Most people have an intuitive idea of what burnout is. Check po natin. Kaya nga tinanong ko kanina about your battery. In relation to teaching adjustment, tingnan po natin. Ano po? Next, ang pagdadala, the manner of burden bearing. Ito na po yung pang-apat. Paano ba natin dinadala ang teaching adjustment? Iba-iba. Paano ba ang mga new teachers? Paano ba ang mga seasonal teachers or seasoned teachers? Paano ba yung mga nagtuturo na kumpleto ang kanilang equipment? They have the internet connection. Yung iba ba sa inyo nasasakal? Yung iba ba sa inyo pagod na pagod? Extremely tired? Kasi dati haharap ka lang sa estudyante, prepared ka kahit wala kang dalang libro. Alam mo yung ituturo mo. Pero ngayon, nakaharap ka sa iyong laptop, minomonitor mo kung sino umaalis, lumiliban sa video conference na ginagawa mo habang ikaw ay nagkaklase. Lahat po yun. Nalalanta. Feeling mo ba nalalanta ka para kang isang halaman na hindi na nadidiligan? Or kaya naman, bumabagsak para magko-collapse ka na? Or batak na batak, feeling mo you are pulled this way and that way, parang stretch ka na. Nalulunod. Or kaya naman ay nahahapo. Or baka naman this one, nade-demoralize. Katulad ng sinabi natin kanina, the teaching competencies, the teaching skills, paano ba tayo nag-a-adjust sa mga ganun? Yung mga katangian natin bilang the burden bearer, tagadala, or nagdadala. Pero tingnan niyo po itong mga kumalat sa social media. Mga inspiring stories. Si ma'am ay 61 years old. Nagtuturo po siya ng calculus, ng algebra, trigonometry. Nire-record niya yung video niya. Hindi siya gumagamit ng PowerPoint presentation. Pero nakakapag-adjust siya. Napapansin niyo po? Kakayanin. Next. Tingnan niyo po itong 69 years old na teacher, nagvi-video conference. Alam niyo po ang nakikita lang doon sa video conference, tulad na nakikita niyo sa akin, si sir at yung background niya. Pero tingnan niyo po yung behind the scene. Nandiyan lahat ng libro niya, naka-earphone siya, naka-monitor siya sa cellphone. Kakayanin. Iba-iba tayo ng pagdadala. The manner of burden bearing. Po, 69 years old na po yan. Next. Ito po, sa abroad po ito. Video conference, nagdi-discuss si teacher, lahat naka-video off. Hindi makita ni teacher kung ano nangyayari sa mga estudyante. Paano ang teaching adjustment natin pag ganyan? Actually, ang end ng story nito, nag-video off din si teacher. Ito po yung natutunan ko dun sa aking mga estudyante na kapag nag-video conference kami, Google Meet, Zoom, mas mabilis daw ang daloy ng connection pag naka-video off sila. At Saka mas matipid sa data pag naka-cellphone, mas matipid sa internet. Kaya siguro po in this kind of situation, alamin talaga natin, kumustahin natin mga estudyante. Why? Ano po, bakit sila nag-video off na ganyan? Kasi may mga dahilan din naman siguro. And that's part of teaching adjustment. Ito po, kumalat din po ito. Nag-text si estudyante kay teacher. Affected ang teaching, adjustment. Ano po? Modular approach sila pero nagkaroon sila ng online kumustahan. Ayan. Preschool teacher. 'Di ba dapat engaging ang natin ang pagtuturo natin sa mga preschool students. Pero paano sa ganitong mga panahon? Kumusta kaya ang mga preschool teachers natin? Po, may pa-ring light si ma'am. Ay, sabi ko po, hindi nakikita ng mga estudyante natin yung behind the scene. But part of our teaching adjustment, ito po talaga ang real scenario. Okay? Yan was posted in the Philippine Star FB page. Paggawa ng modules, magdamagan po yan. Nakikita ko po yan, may mga kaibigan po ako from the basic education. Ang paggawa nila ng modules talaga. Tapos yung pag-video ng kanilang mga lessons. About this one, sa ABS-CBN News. Sa mga may estudyante po sa college, alam niyo po marami po dyan working students. Mas dumami ang working students kasi maaaring naapektuhan yung kanilang mga magulang. Wala na pong trabaho and they need to support also their parents para syempre merong pangkain araw-araw tapos susustentuhan pa nila yung kanilang pang-load, pang-data. Ikaw as teacher, paano ka mag-a-adjust ng yung pagtuturo sa mga ganyan? Okay? Syempre nag-entry din po ako. Ako po yan. So meron po kaming FB group, private po yun. Meron po doon yung unit section na tinatawag. Nandun po. Nagsisend din po ako ng video. Ayan, nagre-record po ako. Video lesson po yan. Hindi lang maganda po kaka-screenshot ko dyan. And then, the following meeting or kaya po, for the whole week, ayun, pinag-aaralan nila yung videos, tapos sasabihan, i-instruct sila na isulat niyo yung mga questions ninyo, ano yung mga hindi nyo naintindihan or hindi nyo maliwanagan sa topics natin. And then nagkakaroon din po kami ng FB live, parang ganito, kumustahan. Hindi ko nakikita yung mga estudyante, they will just react. They will just put something on the comment box. Kaso ang mahirap po dito sa FB live, nagtatanong ka sa estudyante, matagal yung paglabas ng comment nila o i-answers nila sa question mo. Kaya minsan, ang tanong mo sa mga estudyante, ang isasagot nila, heart, react, sad react, like react, mga ganyan, angry react, yun. So, ang hirap naman po na alamin natin sa pamagitan lang ng reactions. So, personal teaching adjustment ko po yan. We also have video conference. Ginagamit po kasi namin iba-iba para malaman natin kasi minsan hindi po nila kinakaya. But of course, there are, ito po mga memes na lang ito. Tayo mga teacher tulad niyan. Pwede ba tayong umabsent pag mabagal ang internet connection ng teacher? Naalala mo, pinaalala sa'yo na teacher ka pala. Ito rin po si ma'am, nag-TikTok siya. Meron din po tayong preschool teacher, actually nag-TikTok dun sa lesson niya, dinaan niya sa TikTok. Ito po, naglalag actually si ma'am dyan, kaya ganyan po yung screenshot. Naglalag po siya. So hindi maintindihan ng mga estudyante kung ano yung tinuturo. Nangyayari po yun. And I'm very happy na nagkaroon ako din ng mga estudyante na sinasabi nila sa akin na kasi kinukumusta natin ano? How about this one? So nag-good morning ka. Tapos hinahanap mo yung estudyante mo, yung estudyante mo pala naghahanap ng signal. Ito po yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na pag nag-on na sila ng camera, kaya madalas po naka-off sila Pag nag-on na sila ng camera, nasa ibang dimension na po sila. Kasi nga po, naghahanap ng signal. Ito naman pong isa, nagbigay po ng video lesson in PE. Sige po, paano po gagawin ng estudyante ang activity na ganyan? Ano po? Ayan. And the last part of pagdadala model is patutunguhan. So ito na nga po, nag-a-adjust tayo in this pandemic time. Pero anong patutunguhan ito? Saan tayo makakarating sa ganito? Ano po? Ito po yung tagline ng DepEd, para sa bata, para sa bayan. This is our destination. Ito'y patutunguhan natin. Ang ginagawa natin na ito ay para sa bata. And eventually, yung naibibigay natin na ito para sa bata ay magagamit nila para sa bayan. Ano po? In talking of patutunguhan or destination, we need to consider this one, professional commitment. Bago ka nagturo at bago mo pinasok yung trabaho na to. The teaching profession requires commitment. An effective educator needs to be committed not only to their students, but to the teaching profession as a whole. And professional commitment is an attitude that someone has toward his or her job. Kumusta po ba tayo? Are we still committed to our profession? Nagkaroon tayo ng ganitong teaching adjustment. The individuals who are committed are lifelong learners who are committed to the teaching profession. And with this one, the last part, yes, we respect everyone's feelings. Yan po, ano po ang nagdadala? Ito ang dinadala, ang pinagdadaanan, ang pagdadala at ang patutunguhan. We respect everyone's feelings and opinions at this scary, chaotic, depressing, and frustrating time. And we as teachers are learning a lot of new things to make learning better at this time of pandemic. Ginagawa po natin ito para sa mga bata, para sa ating mga estudyante. We did not sign up for this like everyone else, but we promise to constantly help our students to learn, to be better persons. So we said yes to this and took the challenge of shaking what we have already known and mastered in the classroom. Hindi po dapat matapos, hindi dapat tayo sumuko. Yes, nag-a-adjust tayo sa pagtuturo, pero hindi dapat sumuko. We have opened ourselves to so much feedback and criticisms at this point in time. Marami po tayong maririnig na hindi magaganda kung paano po tayo ngayon ay gumagamit ng mga iba't ibang platforms. Yet, we are always reminded ourselves that we needed to help, or we needed this to help our students get what they deserve. No, nag-a-adjust tayo para sa kanila din. We recognize that our work is beyond academics. And we, as teachers, are not perfect. We have struggles. We commit mistakes. We complain and we cry, but after all, we are also human beings. Teaching adjustment is one of our struggles. And at the end of the day, one certain thing remains. We teachers will not give up. Ano po? At this point in time, kasi hindi naman natatapos lang sa mga pagtuturo ang ating ginagawa. Sabi nga natin, human connection. This is our vocation, and I would like to thank everyone na nagpapatuloy pa rin. So with that, I will ask you again, how is your battery? With this teaching adjustment and digitized learning environment or in different teaching and learning modalities, how is your battery? Paki-answer po sa ating comment box. And that ends my presentation, the first part of this talk. I will now turn you over to my partner. Ma'am, are you ready? So,
Yes, sir.
yan. Please welcome Professor Ferlyn Reyes-Colar.
Okay, thank you, Sir Chris. Okay na po ba ang aking presentation. Nakikita na po?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So my topic assigned to me is teaching adjustments in a digitized learning environment. So nagpahapyaw na si Sir Chris tungkol po sa kanyang mga experiences, no, and some experiences from other teachers. But before we proceed, let's make a virtual deal, no, para medyo mabuhayan tayo ng dugo. So I have prepared some agreements here, which I find effective. Some of the agreements actually were taken from Dr. Sheikh Guevara Hoxon's introductory messages in her webinar. Yan. So, para po sa mga live, mga nanonood through live FB Live, paki-share po ang ating video, ano? And don't forget our hashtag for today, hashtag PGCA and Embracing New Challenges. Yan. Okay, so today's agreement, be grateful for there is a good purpose why you are here today. And I believe that everything has its own good reason. So let us be thankful for this webinar. Recognize that we do not know everything, that we have our limitations, but we are able to learn. Okay. The third is accept that we need help from others. It could be help from our colleagues, family, friends, co-teachers, immediate supervisor, and from significant others. Have a listening heart and an active mind, and I pray that this webinar will be of great help and beneficial to everyone, so you can learn ideas, develop some strategies for your goals. Cooperate and participate. Even we are having a virtual seminar like this, no, with the help of the comment section, I hope everybody will cooperate and participate to make this webinar successful. Naka-monitor din po ako sa ating FB Live. Okay. And of course, let's have fun and learn together. Tara lang magkaroon ng kwentuhan. You may share your thoughts and ideas. I will appreciate if you will type your comments, thoughts, and ideas about the topic so everyone will learn. Okay. So for the first activity, please type in the chat box, no? Noon at ngayon. Yan. So ano ba yung mga mabilisang pagbabago? For example, noon, snail mail. Ngayon, we have email. Yan. Noon, Betamax. Yan, naabutan niyo po ba ang Betamax? Ako medyo naabutan ko eh. Ngayon, meron na tayong Netflix. Okay, ano pa? Noon, typewriter. Yes. Ngayon naman, may desktop with printer. Okay, ano pa? Sige nga po, tingnan ko nga po ang ating comment box. Ano pa po yung mga noon at ngayon, yung mga mabilisang pagbabago. Okay. Noon, meron tayong tinatawag na bulky TV. Ngayon, meron na tayong smart TV, no? Flat TV. Noon, ito, ayan, si Ma'am Mars Arcilia. Noon, telephone. Ngayon, ano na ngayon? Meron na tayong cellphone, yes. Okay, ano pa? Yung mga pagbabago, ayan, siguro ang gusto sabihin ni Ma'am Eleonora Bravo Makatula is noon siguro meron tayong typewriter, no? Ngayon laptop. Noon pwede daw walang load, sabi ni Sir Eduardo Gomez. Ngayon dapat may load na. Okay. Noon floppy disk, ngayon flash drive, sabi ni Ma'am Karen Estiliero. Yes. What else? Ayan, noon radyo. Yan, no? Thank you sa mga nakikipag-cooperate. Biglang dami, biglang bilis ng inyong mga sagot. Okay, noon encyclopedia, sabi ni Sir Edelberto Gatdula Requioma. I hope I pronounce your name well. Noon encyclopedia, ngayon Google search. Yan. Noon wala pong webinar. Si Ma'am Des Dancel. Ayan. Oo, ngayon marami na pong mga webinars. Okay, so thank you po sa mga answers ninyo. How about this? Type the number of the phones you have used from the oldest to the latest model. Yan. So siguro kung ako po ang magta-type, no, ang ita-type kong number ay number 5, 7, 8, 10, and 11. Yan. Yan yung mga phones na naabutan ko. Yan po yung mga phones na nagamit ko personally. Okay. How about kayo po? Meron po ba sa inyong naabutan pa itong number 1? Yan. Very antique, no? Parang nakaka-curious gamitin. Iba yung nakalagay sa tenga sa ano, di ba po? Hindi yan yata magka-connect eh. Okay. Yan, si Ma'am Mars Arcilia, ang naabutan daw niyang gamitan ay number 2 and 3. Yan. Si Ma'am Rayan Molano, number 8. Ayan yung 3210, ano? Number 8 and number 13. Wow, naka-note si Madam. Okay. Ano pa? Si Sir John Castro de Dios, number 8. 3210 din, and number 11. Kung hindi ako nagkakamali, itong smartphone na to ay J7 na to eh, J7 Pro or yung kalinya niya. How about the use of audiovisual materials? Ayan, tingnan nyo nga po yung mga images. Nakaka-relate pa ba kayo dyan? Kayo pa ba yung mga seasoned teachers na naabutan yung mga yan? Okay. So, kung mapapansin nyo po, no, ito yung mga ginagamit natin. Itong part na ito yung mga talagang old na. No? Meron pa ditong VHS, disc. Yan. So, meron din tayong gumamit ng mga colorful visual materials. Yan. And the use of PowerPoint presentation. Okay? So, tingnan nga natin. Okay? For the next activity, I will be showing some pictures later. So what you're going to do is just to arrange the following pictures by typing in the chat box the letters of the correct sequence of improvement in the use of visual materials from the oldest to the latest. So ito po yung mga pictures. Tingnan nyo nga pong mabuti. I-type nyo po yung 6 na letters according dun sa pagkakasunod-sunod. Ano ba yung kauna-unahan nating ginamit dyan? Yeah, use of visual materials. Sige, I will give you 30 seconds. Alin po ba ang mauuna dyan? So, you will be typing 6 letters po sa comment section. Tingnan natin kung sino yung makakakuha ng tamang sagot from the oldest visual materials na ginagamit natin to the latest. Yan. So, tingnan nga natin. Yan, si Ma'am Janice de la Cruz. Nauna siya, no? FCDEAB. Okay. Si Ma'am Lorna Sabado, FCDEAB. Yan, pareho sila. Di naman nagkopyahan yan, Ma'am, ha? Okay, si Ma'am Bam Smith, FCDEBA. Yan, si Teacher Des, FCDAEB. Yan. Okay, so thank you po sa pag-participate ng ating activity na to. So tingnan natin, alin kaya ang mga nauna sa mga visual materials na ito. Okay, so ito po yung tamang sagot. F, C, E, D, A, B. Okay, so paano nangyari yun? So we have the chalk and the chalkboard. Yes. Then later, gumamit tayo ng mga visual materials like the Manila paper, coupon, what do you call this? The cartolina, no? Minsan yung iba't ibang kulay pa, no? Pero sa CLSO, tatak yata doon ay white cartolina, no? Lalo na sa elementary. Okay? Then we have the television. Nagkaroon tayo bigla ng mga TV sa mga classrooms. And then, ginamit natin ang TV. Para saan? Para i-present yung ating PowerPoint presentation. Yan. So, merong laptop si Madam or Sir. And then, yung letter A, nagkaroon na tayo ng projector. projector. Yan, lalo na click na click po ito sa mga primary levels, no, para big screen. Talagang gustong-gusto nila. And of course, we have the smart TV with the smart pen. Okay? So just a reality check, mga sir, mga ma'am. Okay? Doon po sa activity ng cellphones, no? So from the landline phone, nagkaroon tayo ng keypad or the basic cellphone. Then from basic cellphone, we have the touch screen. Tapos yung latest nga ay yung may S Pen na. No? So kung babalikan po natin yung ating experience na ginagamit yung ating mga cellular phones na nagamit, no, from the oldest to the latest, no. Natatandaan nyo pa ba kung paano yung mga unang gamit nyo from basic keypad to touch screen, or from touch screen nagagamit na kayo ng S Pen? Okay? And how about yung visual aid, no? Lahat po tayong mga teachers, I believe, gumagamit tayo ng mga visual aids, visual materials, from the very basic up to with high technology. No? So with this reality check po, it shows that even before, we are experiencing many adjustments to cope up with what is the new trends. Opo. So hindi lang po siguro natin na pagtutuunan ng pansin, but we are always adjusting. Okay? So let me share to you a simple background of the official name of the Department of Education. Hindi ko na po ito iisa-isahin. Dito na muna ako mag-i-start sa kung kailan ako ipinanganak, no? Between 1978 to 1981. So I was born in 1981. So ang tawag pala noon ay Ministry of Education and Culture at ang namumuno ay Minister. And then from 1984 to 1986, naging Ministry of Education, Culture and Sports. But in 1987, naging Department of Education, Culture and Sports. Ito na po yung naabutan ko kasi nag-aaral na ako nito no? DEX, yan, madalas ko nang naririnig yan, si DEX. At ang official nominal head ay tinatawag ng Secretary. And from 1994 to 2001, naging Department of Education, Culture and Sports. Same pa rin, Secretary. But from 2001 up to present, hiniwalay na po yung Culture and Sports, no? Naging Department of Education na lang siya. Alright. And even from our basic education curriculum, it has a lot of revision and transformation, perhaps. So from 1984 no, to 2002, we have this basic education curriculum for elementary and secondary. Then nagkaroon tayo ng, I believe 1984 to 2002 is the BEC, the Basic Education Curriculum. And then from 2002, naging RBEC. And now we have this Enhanced Basic Education Curriculum, no, from 2012 up to present, no, yung K-12 natin. And from K-12 itself, no, from having three levels, elementary, junior high school, and senior high school. Kung hindi po ako nagkakamali, nasa pang-apat na taon pa lang po tayo ngayon. No? 3 na yung napag-graduate natin na senior high school. And nasa kalagitnaan pa lang na minamaster natin ang lahat ng ito. Okay? Yung mga researchers natin, they are in the middle of their study about this K-12. Now, what happened? Biglang dumating si coronavirus disease, COVID-19. No? Nag-start siya noong December 2019. And from there, no, anong nangyari? Medyo talagang nabulabog tayo. No? Hindi lang sa education system, sa lahat ng aspect. Pero in the field of academia, in education, kahit na nagkaroon tayo ng COVID-19, anong nangyari? Okay? If I'm not mistaken, according to DepEd, no, as announced in the early May of 2020 this year, sabi nila tuloy ang balik eskwela at nagbigay sila ng date, August 24, 2020. Then nag-release pa nga sila ng jingle, no? Ano man ang sitwasyon, tuloy ang edukasyon. So after the announcement of the back to school ng DepEd and CHED, here comes the simple or the sample delivery modes. Okay, this image was taken from our online teaching. Online training on blended and distance learning in Central Luzon State University. No? So ano ba tong sample delivery modes na ito? So we have the face-to-face, distance modular, face-to-face plus distance modular, then face-to-face plus online, and full online. But the Department of Education released these learning delivery modalities under the LCP or the Learning Continuity Plan na mayroong blended learning and distance learning. Okay? So, maraming mga features ang bawat delivery mode. So, habang minamaster nila, no, due to unstable situation we experience, no, naging unstable din si DepEd actually at pinag-aaralan. Ano nga ba yung mas applicable na learning delivery modalities? Kaya, while fixing some issues and concerns no sa DepEd at CHED, in pursuant to the instructions of PRD, our president, as recommended by DepEd. So naging October 5 na siya, from August 24 to October 5, para daw mapaghandaan. So ang bilis ng mga pagbabago, no? So ano ngayon ang nangyari? Eto na, ang mga Teachers Hugot version 2.0. Tingnan nga natin kung kayo ay humugot din ng mga ganito. Ano sabi ng isang teacher? Okay. Bakit ba kasi hindi na lang schedule ang pasukan next year? Ganun din naman. Blended learning ang gustong i-push. Hindi naman talaga handa ang Pilipinas. Ayan. So, nirepresent na niya yung buong Pilipinas, no? So, inassume na niya na talagang buong Pilipinas ay hindi handa. Kayo ba ang teacher na yan? Next hugot. Lahat ng bata ba ay may gadget? Nakakapag-online ba? Teacher nga, hindi makapag-online, ni walang pang-load. Tapos may online teaching pang nalalaman. Yan, mga hugot ng teacher natin, no? Eto pa. Ako, eto madalas ko naririnig, lalo na yung mga modules na yan. Modules? May gawa na nga, pinapagawa pa tayo. Tapos ipiprint. May printer ba? May coupon ban ba? Pambili pa ng ink. Tapos i-deliver. No? Ang dami na niyang concerns. Tapos kolektahin. Checkan isa-isa. Kahirap naman. Kala nila madali. Okay. Yan yung hugot ni teacher number 3, no? Nakaka-relate ba kayo dyan? Naging hugot nyo ba yan? Ang tanong, sino ang mag-a-adjust? Sino ang mag-a-adjust? Siyempre, mga ma'am and sir, hindi po ang mundo ang mag-a-adjust para sa iyo. Okay, may naiisip pa ba kayo? May iba pa ba? Hiramin natin ang mga linya ni Miss Bea Alonzo. Ako na lang ulit. And definitely, tayo talaga. Walang ibang mag-a-adjust kung hindi tayo. Okay? Ma'am Ferlyn, how to get started? Okay, so tara magkaroon ng hashtag, tara mag-move on. Ano ba talaga ang dapat gawin para sa new normal na tinatawag? Okay, for the fourth activity, sige nga, tingnan natin. Ito daw yung kailangan natin para makapag-move on. No? Ito yung kakailanganin natin. 3 A. 3 A para makapag-move forward tayo sa tinatawag na new normal. So, titingnan ko po ang ating comment section. Mag-isip nga po kayo ng 3 A na kailangan daw ng isang teacher para sa digitized learning environment. Okay. So, tingnan nga natin. Comment nyo po sa ating comment section, no? 3 A. Kindly type in the chat box your own version of AAA. Yan, hintayin ko po yung mga comment nyo. A ba yan? Na as in, ayan, meron na dito si Ma'am Bam Smith. Salamat po. So, ang AAA niya is accept, adjust, and admire. Yan. Okay, salamat po, Ma'am Bam. What else? Si Sir Cradle Hammock, alive, approach, and adhere. Thank you po. Si Ma'am Janice de la Cruz, accept, adjust, accomplish. Okay. Si Ma'am Annabel Mendoza, adjust, aware, accept. Si Ma'am Ursula Andrea, adaptation, acceptance, ability. Yan. Si Teacher Des, acceptance, adjustment, attitude. Si Sir Bernard, admit, accept, acquire. Yan. So, may mga same din, ano? May mga same, I hope hindi ito copy-paste. Yeah, yun ang mga uso ngayon sa ginagamit po nating technology ngayon ng mga bata, no? Yan ang talagang master nila, no? Cut and paste, copy-paste, no? Pero I'm sure naman po itong mga tina-type nyo is your own version of AAA. Okay. Accept, acquire, admit. Yan. Ito, what is this? Attractiveness ba to? Attractive, alert, appreciate. Asal, awa, abot. Sabi ni Ma'am Melit, Egos Paderanga. Asal, awa, abot. Yan. Okay, so thank you so much po sa inyong participation. So tingnan natin, AAA is actually a concept from a positive adjustment notes of Mr. Harold Milan Reyes. Mr. Harold Milan Reyes is a friend of mine. He is a radio broadcaster of Radio CLSU. He is also an entrepreneur and a life coach. So he calls these concepts AAA. Nabanggit kanina yung battery, no? Just like a battery that would work only for a particular purpose and device. Yan. So ito palang AAA na to ay mga parang mga battery, no? At gagamitin itong mga to for a purpose or for a particular purpose and device. Now, tingnan natin, ano-ano ba talaga ang AAA concept na ito? Okay. The first one is acknowledgement. Second is acceptance. May tumama po ba doon sa mga comment ninyo? And the third is alignment. Alright. May tumama po ba? Sino po ang nakahula ng tatlong letter A na yan? Okay. So, let's proceed to the first letter A, acknowledgement. So, it is so different from just a plain awareness, no? So, acknowledgement, awareness could be simply having an idea or shallow knowledge on what is happening around you. But acknowledgement means knowing deeply. And this is the first step, no? Acknowledgement. This is the first step in being able to absorb better what needs to be done in a particular situation. Okay. So we need, what needs to be acknowledged now, no? Sa panahon natin ngayon, ano ba talaga ang kailangan nating i-acknowledge? So first, we have this one. Pandemic is still around, no? Even statisticians from Department of Health tells us that the curve is flattening, no? Maraming nagsasabi na nag-flattening na daw yung curve. Pero even bumababa yung case nila, pero as of yesterday, di ba, madami na naman yung nag-positive ng COVID. Okay, so we need to acknowledge the pandemic is still around. And we operate in a new normal. Whether we like it or not, we are in the new normal. Dati naririnig lang natin. But this time, ito na. Nararanasan na natin. And the new normal requires new systems. Siyempre, kailangan nating mag-adjust pare-pareho, no? Sa new system na yan. Okay? The new systems require us to conform. Ano ba yung dapat nating mga i-conform? Okay? So, kailangan i-align, i-match natin yung ating sarili. Because conformity entails a lot of acceptance and personal development. And of course, maraming trabaho talaga ang kailangan gawin. Okay? At kapag maraming trabaho, eto na. Andito na ang mga stressors. Okay? Nai-stress na tayo. And we need to acknowledge them. No? na kahit tayo napapagod, maraming conflicts, especially we are working from home, iba yung trabaho ginagawa natin for work sa ating mga kanya-kanyang trabaho. Iba pa yung trabaho bilang nanay, bilang asawa, bilang anak, okay? Yung trabaho natin sa mga bahay. And we need to acknowledge this one. Kanina sinabi ni Sir Chris, no, yung term na well-experienced teachers, no? Yan. Sometimes, naririnig ko ito. Actually, marami nga pong nag-early retirement ngayon because ayaw nila or sinasabi nila na masyado na silang nahihirapan sa sistema na meron ngayon. And yung mga newly graduate naman po natin, okay, hindi naman nila pinag-aralan kung paano magkaroon ng distance learning. So, we need to acknowledge this. Okay, so I am too old or new for this, pero this is our role. This is my role. And we need to acknowledge also that we have limitations. Marami tayong limitasyon. Pero itong pinakahuli na kailangan nating i-acknowledge, ang pinakamahalaga. Ano yun? We are capable of adapting. Okay? We are capable of adapting. Okay. Next is acceptance. It is not only the new normal, no, that you need to accept. What needs to be accepted greatly are the challenges that come along with change. So in the first step, you acknowledge change. And the change comes along with so much complexities. Change can become so uncomfortable and stressful if you resist. Yan po yung talagang nagpapahirap sa atin actually, no? Yung resistance. Kapag meron na tayong resistance, yung pagdating ng mga duties and responsibilities, lalo tayong nahihirapan kasi we resist. Okay? Acceptance is loosening up and allowing yourself to absorb into your system the things that you can do to respond to what is currently happening. Okay? And of course, acceptance is embracing the reality that these are indeed happening and that you need to believe that you will learn and unlearn things along the way. Okay. Look at the ants. No? Lagi lang po natin sila nakikita kung saan-saan. And no matter how heavy the food they carry, they continue carrying it. Okay? Let me ask you, kahit ako nung bata, ganito no? Pag nakakakita ng ant trail, pag marami nagkakalumpulan ng mga langgam, okay? How many times you played the ants? Nakaka-relate ba kayo dito? How about this one? Yung isa sa tubig, no? Nilulunod. Yung isa naman sinusunog. Okay? Nakaka-relate ba? Ginawa nyo na ba yan sa mga langgam? Okay. So, this actually causes deaths to many of them, no? Because this is very devastating. But after that, do they stop existing? Tumitigil ba sila? No. They continue living because they know exactly what needs to be done to build a home and store food, so they survive for the next rainy season. Now, where is the acknowledgement and acceptance there? Saan papasok yung acknowledgement at acceptance? Okay. Acknowledgement is, okay, it is happening. It is real. Nangyayari na to ngayon. And there's a need for an action. Okay? There's a need for an immediate response to the situation. Now, acceptance is this. Ants are you. Tayo yung mga langgam. Okay? Floods and burnings are the new challenges in the new normal. Yan, yung mga new normal, no? Nire-represent ng baha at ng sunog yung mga challenges sa new normal. So just like the ants, you need to acknowledge that this is new normal, that the new normal is already here, and that there is no turning back. We cannot press the fast forward button to skip this. No? Pwedeng skip na natin to, tapos na. And we need to accept that the only way to deal with this is to embrace the change and equip ourselves with the things that we need to survive and thrive to prepare us for the new encounters. Okay, next, alignment. Alignment is complex, no? It isn't as simple as it's spelled. Alignment is becoming one with the system, no? With the new system. And many factors are touched here in this new normal. The age, availability of resources, technical ability, motivation, and mindset. Because usually, the factors become the hindrances. Bakit po siya nagiging hindrance? Bakit nagiging hindrance? Bakit hindi mai-align ang sarili? Kasi matanda naman na ako, anak, para dyan. Naku, wala kaming internet. Wala kaming internet. Wala rin pan-load, limitado ang budget. Okay? Ay, hindi ko alam gawin yan. Paano bang gawin yung mga Google Classroom, no? Technical ability. Ako, hindi nga ako marunong mag-encode. Paano ba yung paggawa ng modules? Yan, nagiging hindrances siya. No? Hindi mo ina-align yung iyong sarili. Pag negative na po ang mindset, no? Hindi talaga tayo makakapag-adjust. But if you have open mind, if you have this open mindset, no, at handa kang i-embrace lahat ng mga challenges, ng mga binibigay sa iyo para sa new normal na ito, okay? Matatapos natin, makakayanan natin. Okay? Kaya lang minsan yun nga, nagiging excuses po siya. Okay? Ito yung mga bagay na ginagawa nating excuse na para hindi tayo or para hindi natin mai-align yung ating sarili. Remember that this is from positiveoutlooksblog.com. Remember that most of your stress comes from the way you respond, not the way life is. Adjust your attitude and all that extra stress is gone. No? We cannot control some situations. No? We cannot control people around us. We cannot control the mind and feelings of others. But we can control ourselves. Yan. Tayo po ang makakapag-control ng ating sarili, ng ating pag-iisip, ng ating nararamdaman. Okay? Tayo po yung responsible sa kung paano tayo gagalaw sa mga susunod na panahon. Now, you have two choices. Make progress or make excuses. Now, you decide. You decide. Because, sabi nga, let's stop making excuses. Let us start making progress, as saying goes. Because the decision to learn, to adapt, to be better, to accept change, okay, to be changed, depends on your ability to accept this environment and its demands. Otherwise, you will be left behind convincing yourself, trying to believe that the same old practices can still be used in these new times. Okay? Hindi na po natin magagamit kung ano yung nakagawian. Siguro magagamit pa ulit natin siya kung tayo ay clear na, no, sa COVID-19, no. Mababalikan natin lahat ng mga old practices which you believe na very effective and efficient, lalo na sa pagtuturo. Magagamit pa po natin yun. Pero sa ngayon that we are in the new normal, may mga kailangan tayong gawin. May mga kailangan tayong i-adjust, no? Para sa new normal. So you only align when you are one with the team, no? In declaring that you have been readied and equipped. You are aligned if you can relate so much that you can contribute healthily to this new system. Okay, so let's have a quick recap. So acknowledgement is the first step in being able to absorb better what needs to be done in a particular situation. And we have to accept that even we have limitations, we are capable to adapt and make some impossible things possible. And alignment depends in your ability to embrace challenges in the new normal and its demands. Okay. Ano po yung mga nakikita ninyo? Mga flashlights, no? Not all flashlights are powered by AAA batteries. Some require less, okay? Some require more. But for particular flashlights, we only need AAA to make it work and make it functional. If we will insist using different batteries to make a flashlight work, we might end up not having light at all. Pag pinilit po natin, no? Pag pinilit natin yung ibang battery, kailangan lang po natin yung AAA. Okay? AAA batteries are the ones needed to make it work. Then that is what we need. Okay? We are the flashlights. Tayo pong mga teachers ay mga flashlights, literally and figuratively. Okay? Tayo yung nagbibigay liwanag, no? The darkness around us is the new normal. The new normal that we are experiencing. The moment we acknowledge, accept, and align ourselves to the demand of this new world, can we only make our lights work. Remember that an educator's light is essential in guiding someone else's path. We are the flashlights. Before I end, let me share to you Bernie S. Stigal's quotes. Embrace each challenge in your life as an opportunity for self-transformation. Magandang umaga po. For the references, ito po yung aking pinagkuhanan ng aking presentation. I hope you learned something today. Ngayon. Yes, Ma'am Joan.
Thank you very much, Ma'am and Sir, for that lessons na nakuha namin sa ngayon. Napakaganda po ng ating webinar for today. Okay po. So before we proceed to the question and answer po, let me just award the certificates to our speakers. So let me just read the citation. So the PGCA Nueva Ecija chapter would like to give this certificate of appreciation to Mr. Crisantos D for sharing his expertise as resource speaker for the PGCA Nueva Ecija webinar series 2020 entitled Teaching Adjustments in a Digitized Learning Environment. Okay. We would like also to award a certificate of appreciation to Ma'am Ferlyn F. Reyes-Colar for sharing her expertise as a research speaker for the PGCA Nueva Ecija webinar series 2020 entitled Teaching Adjustments in a Digitized Learning Environment. Okay. Thank you very much po. Awarded this second day of October 2020, signed by our Vice President for External Affairs of the PGCA Nueva Ecija, Ma'am Venus A. Vitales, PhD, RGC, RPM. And then Vice President for Internal Affairs, PGCA Nueva Ecija Chapter, Ma'am Irene Bustos, PhD, RGC, RPM, and our chapter president of the Philippine Guidance and Counseling Association Incorporated Nueva Ecija Chapter, Ma'am Elizabeth S. Suba, PhD, RGC, RSI, RPM. Thank you very much po, Sir Chris and Ma'am Ferlyn. for a wonderful webinar.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you po.
So again po, we have gained so much to our speakers. We have just uh, would like to express our happiness dun sa mga nalaman natin, sa mga natutunan natin. So we are now reading questions from our comment sections. Ayan po, kung meron po kayong mga questions na gustong sabihin, ito po, you are free to type in sa ating comment section or sa ating chat box. Then we will read it po. Okay, ayan. Ayan, thank you daw po. Napakaganda ng ating mga ng mga ating comment. Excellent insights from Christy Garfield. So inspired to teach with or without the pandemic. Change is here to stay. Good luck, teachers. Okay, yes. Thank you, Sir Chris. Thank you, Ma'am Ferlyn, so much. I learned a lot from Ma'am Melit Paderanga. Okay. Ayan, and last po, ayan. From Florence de Ocampo Fresado, thank you po sa mga speakers. Somehow, it gives me lighter thoughts of our new journey in this new normal. I love it. And from Ma'am Zoraida Novida, thank you, Ma'am Ferlyn. Nakarelate po ako sa 3A's po na diniscuss niyo po. Ayan. Thank you very much po sa ating mga comments, sa ating sa inyo po sa pagpa-participate sa ating second webinar series. And just to wrap up po our webinar for today, ayan, we have been forced to adapt to the new normal, and just a snap of a finger, biglang boom, nag-iba na lahat. Iba na ang mga nangyayari. But remember, in this new normal, we experienced so much. But here we are adjusting, we are coping, worrying a lot about what will happen next. That make us forget our own reasons of why we are here, to help our students and to do our passion in changing and helping the new generation. We are not just focusing on helping our students, but also helping ourselves, acknowledging of the things we are capable of, especially in adopting, accepting what is happening, and that we are responsible of our actions. Sabi nga po ni Ma'am Ferlyn kanina, let's stop making excuses. Let's start making progress. Okay. And with that, we are encouraging our participants for today to share our live sessions with the hashtag PGCA Embracing New Challenges. Ayan po. And advance happy Teachers Day sa ating mga teachers, sa ating po speakers na ngayon po ay nagtuturo. Sa lahat po ng mga teachers, happy Teachers Day. Happy World Teachers Day. Okay. So some announcement po. Ayan. So our webinar series in PGCA Nueva Ecija chapter are posted in our FB page via Facebook live streaming. Answer the post-test evaluation, and a link will be posted on our FB page after the FB live streaming. Please answer within 1 hour from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. only, and your e-certificates will be sent through the email address that you provide in the registration and post-test evaluation form. Please give us time to email your certificates. Alam ko po, napaka-excited natin sa ating mga certificates na bigay ng PGCA, pero give us time po, you will receive it on your email. Thank you for your support, your patience, and understanding. Schedules and registration links for each webinar are posted in the PGCA Nueva Ecija chapter. Ayan po, so far wala naman pong questions sa ating mga speakers. puro pagpapasalamat po. Napakadami po kasi naming natutunan sa umagang ito. Okay. So for the next webinar series, ito po ang next topics natin. Building resilience and maintaining positivity in the new normal with our speakers, Dr. Linofe A. Gillian and Professor Rochelle and V. Parahuan. Ayan, that will be on next week po. Ayan. And for our next topic after that is dealing with challenges in working with learners and their parents. Our speakers are Miss Jocelyn B. Valcos and Professor Henry Cocoy D.R. Naktil. Okay, see you again po sa ating next series of webinars. I hope po may magagamit tayo sa ating pagsalubong sa pagbubukas ng klase, lalong-lalo na po sa Department of Education teachers. Maraming salamat po sa ating lahat, sa lahat po ng mga participants ng ating webinar ngayon.